If you've played Bloons Tower Defense 6 within the past few weeks, you would have noticed a new easy map. It's called Tinkerton, and it was released along with the new hero Rosalia in the update 43 that was released about a month ago. I may have gotten this wrong because I haven't actually checked or cared. However, this map, it hasn't really received a lot of attention on YouTube, mainly because it doesn't really bring anything to the table. It has cool interactive things like the whiteboard, the rocket on the desk, but other than those things, it just isn't really that exciting. So I've decided to do a late game challenge. How far can you get on this map with limited space? Now, what I mean by that is I'm only using certain parts of the map, so the only parts I'm going to be using in this video are the pool of what appears to be orange juice and the top of this tank. Now, the reason I'm not just seeing how far I can get in this map period is because that would be stealing Raxzor's later than late series, and I don't want to do that. Pretty much all of you have already clicked off the video, which is fine, but this means you will not be hearing the completely useless information. So you know how I made that community post a few weeks ago explaining how I'm going to do a Bloonarius video with your challenges? Slight change of plan. Turns out Bloonarius is too hard and I'm a wimp, so I'm going to be switching to Vortex. However, Vortex is the current boss event, so I'm going to have to wait for that to end so I can actually face Vortex in the boss event challenge. The second thing is I am planning a thick video for around mid-July. It's going to be pretty big. It probably will get 6 views, even though I'm going to spend like 15 hours on it. But that's just the story of my life. This is a Bloons video. I'm just some random loser on the internet. You don't care. However, with that out of the way, we are going to get into what is actually happening. So, we need to get our farming up fast. We have no space, or practically no space on this map to even farm. We can only have one farming tower down, or one banana farm down, because the map is the amount of area that I've given myself is just so ridiculously small. And here I'm actually trying to see if I can fit an engineer as well as something else on the tank with the banana farm. Turns out medium-sized towers don't work, but small-sized towers do. This includes dart monkeys, ninjas, and for some reason none of the support towers in the support category are actually considered small towers, which is ridiculous because look at the engineer. He is tiny. Here we're getting boats in the space given to us by the Ninja Kiwi gods, and these are going to be used for farming pops of the paragon. Yes, I'm worrying about pops 44 rounds into the game. Why? Because I'm a sweat and a tryhard, and also I'm not good. So, the reason I'm actually going to be getting the Nabog Paragon is because it's obvious. Why? There's water, it's a long track, and it's near the end. It's super useful. This part near the water just bends everywhere. It's like half the track in 3 centimeters of space. So what I'm also doing here is I'm not farming pops with the Engineer Paragon because these would be awful to farm pops in the early game. They're just to maximize money from the balloons. By round 60 we have a good amount of cash, and we have enough cash actually to be able to get a 520 banana. No, we're not getting a 520 banana central. We're getting instead a Monkey Wall Street. Why? Because it'll be able to collect the sniper's ability, even though I can just do that myself, but it'll also boost the boats here for more pops. I'm prioritizing pops over money here. Why? I have no idea. And here on round 77, as you can see, I'm replacing the Monkey Wall Street with the Banana Central. Now, for some reason, this took me a ridiculously long time to place down. I actually had to sell the sniper because I couldn't put down the banana farm. It's just, why? The banana farm could fit there before. Why can't it fit there now? That is not important now. What's important is that we're at round 80, we're ultra boosting the farm for more money, and we're saving up for the Navok of the Seas. I'm not hoping to get it to a high degree, I'm just hoping for at least a degree 40, because that's pretty decent, and it'll allow us to survive to get more money to get another paragon. But if we want to get a second paragon, we have to get our first paragon, which is how on round 103 I do manage to get a degree 40 Navok of the Seas. This is great! Now I'll be able to survive a lot longer, and all the space in the water's cleared up so I can put down ice monkeys, and ice monkeys are good. They'll allow me to put land towers on water. If you didn't know, that is a feature that you can do. I put down an energizer to reduce the cooldown of the ultra boost, or a set overclock there, and also I put down a ninja, mainly because I need to farm pops for for the Ninja Paragon, which is another one we're going to be getting. The Ninja Paragon in the past few updates has received a lot of buffs, and I consider it probably top 3 most essential late game paragons. It's up there with the Navarch of the Seas and the Goliath Doom Ship. Yeah, I should make a paragon tier list. Let me know in the comments if you want that to happen. But only 46 rounds after we get the Navarch of the Seas, we are back at $1.5 million. This is enough to get the Ninja Paragon to around degree 60, but I'm greedy and I want it to be degree 80. Every 20 degrees counts, because every 20 degrees the Paragon gets a buff. All of you know that, but if one person didn't know that, then you're welcome. You just learned something today. Nothing happens between around 155 and about 185 when I get my degree 82. I thought it was degree 80. 82 Ninja Paragon. Now I have 2 quite strong Paragons, but I want a 3rd one. So I get down the Boomerang tier 5s to farm pops for the Glaive Dominus. This is a less essential Paragon, but the curve of the track around the water is quite nice for the Glaive Dominus, and it loops back, so it's just extra DPS for quite cheap. It's just a damage boost, really. We get this quote-unquote damage boost on round 220, where I debate what to get next, because this is going to probably be the final round where I don't have to really AFK. I'm thinking of getting the Engineer Paragon, and I do get down the tier 5s for it, because the Engineer Paragon is just objectively nice. It can completely put ZOMGs and lower into a complete stop, which is very useful, because if a bat is at the very end of the track and it pops, then the engineer is going to be able to stop those child balloons in their tracks, which is quite a useful feature. Thank you, Ninja Kiwi. Where the heck is the XXXL trap in the Engineer Paragon? I make the final touches on the setup at round 230. I get down the Engineer Paragon, it turned out to be degree 60, I think, and I also get down a Zealy, but a Temple as well. Why did I get a Temple? Because I couldn't really think of anything else to put there. And I also get down a BMA, a Triple Moab, and the Balloon Master Alchemist. I forgot its name there for a second. The Balloon Master Alchemist is quite useful because it just completely slaps all the balloons that are shorter than bads. And other than the fact that my Ultra Boost has to Ultra Boost these towers, the setup is now complete. You are looking at the final modifications. Once I get all the towers to be Ultra Boosted, I'm going to sell the Ultra Boost for a different tier 5 tower that is also useful. Now the only thing we have to do is see how far we can make it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a and consider, because it's completely free, and if you think I can improve on my videos, tell me in the section, so I will be able to make higher quality trash in the future. Watch out for next week's video, and as always, stay tuned for more garbage.
you.